Hello, welcome to our podcast, episode 142 on Brain Leak. So today, I wanted to talk about different podcasts, I guess, podcast inception, a podcast that has come to its end, Brain Leak, the one by Jacksepticeye and Ethan. And why do I want to bring up? Well, I guess I just want to bring up, probably one of the podcasts that, I guess someone inspired this one, like, everyone's done podcasts at some point, but, even I realized that the podcast, it's not really a thing, like, so, I'm ending it, but still gonna be talking about different topics, but, in the future, hopefully it's more topics that interest me. I mean, there's a lot of things that I still have to do even after the podcast ends, so to speak. But yeah, anyway, today I wanted to talk about Brain Leak a bit. It was a cool podcast for the time it lasted. I didn't watch every single one just because, some weeks it's like, don't really care. But, watch some of it and, more so, I guess, listened in some cases, but, Brain Leak was a cool thing by Jacksepticeye and Ethan. Lasted for 69 episodes. Very funny for it to end on that. If only that was the case for my podcast, but no, not going to be the case. I mean, To Be Human will be ending at 60, so if I did 9 more episodes, it could reach it, but that'd be a bit forced, I feel. And also knowing the nature of how I do things, I have a weird obsession to try and keep everything even. So it probably would have been, but yeah. But anyway, Brain Lake was cool, just, quite literally a brain leak of ideas. It was cool. The leakers or whatever that they made up as the name in the end for those that watched. It was just a cool thing. And yeah, again, another thing where Ethan was a major part of, and it died. First, Ernest Honest, now Brain Leak. I feel like the pattern might continue. I mean, it's kind of alright, pseudo continued if you count drunk and then quiet, even though he was only like a tenth of the equation for that. So it'd be barely a 0.1 of a kill. If you wanted to count everything Ethan's been a part of and has died at some point, that'd be like a 0.1 kill. So 2.1 kills. If you were to times by 10, 21. 21. Feel the same. We're getting all the meme numbers somehow. But yeah. Brain Leak was cool, and it's played a lot into the inspiration of this podcast. Even though I pretty sure I started our podcast before it had started, or about, it's been a while. I think I started a little bit before Brain Leak started, like by a small, very small margin. Let me check. Now I'm curious. I'm very curious. Alright. April 19th. Or the 19th of April 2023 is when they started it with the first episode. When was the first our podcast? Just out of pure curiosity's sake, when did I start? Yeah, just a little bit earlier. April 4th of 2023. Just a little bit earlier. That's quite funny. So I started a little bit before and went a little bit after theirs ended. That seems fitting. Well, I guess slightly more a little bit after at the end, because it's been like 3 months since it's been gone, I think. Let me check when the most recent one was. Yeah, 3 months ago. Almost will reach 4 at the end of the month, so it's close to 4, but not quite yet. Yeah, that's kind of thing. that, you know, would start mine sort of similar time, and now mine's ending as long after the fact. That's kind of funny. But yeah, either way, brain leak was definitely, you know, probably part of, you know, reason I did it for a bit. But, you know, I think the podcast, it just, you know, isn't really a formal podcast. It's more like just talk about what I want to talk. I could just do that as a normal video, like. The podcast is just like almost a formality, like tick off the YouTube bucket list. Have a podcast, tick. It's not really, you know, that special. Honestly, calling a podcast, I could just literally have it radio videos without the podcast title attached, like. And that's, I guess, why, yeah, again, I'm ending the podcast, like, nothing's really gonna change too much, just when I eventually head into the next phase of, I guess, whenever I just, you know, talk about stuff, it'll just be for talking about dumb or interesting things, like, definitely one will be a dumber sort of thing, trust me. I want to talk about a sort of dumb, funny topic, because, you know, with humans having dumb, you know, funny arguments, I think I might contribute to one of the dumb, funny arguments there's once been. I want to hint towards it without outright spoiling it. How should I hint towards it? There was a song related to it, and I believe, like knockoff sort of Sonic EXE, like. That's the best way to hint towards it. I forget what it's called though. But I remember Mark did it. I think Mark did it. Let me see. I think it's. Wait, is it? Yes, I found it. Sunky dot mpeg was the one I think it was in. Let me see.
Ah, did you see the evil in his eyes? Yeah, you're looking good. You got some. Ah, Sunky. Oh. I don't know. What's with? I dance. Dance moves up. You want to? You fiddled the riddle. Watching. There's a cop video. Oh God. Bad server. Kanye East.
Oh, was it? No, it was in the sequel, wasn't it? Oh, come on, there's that. Let's see.
Oh, hey, how's it going? Sunky EXE, call you in. Okay. Too many duck. Oh, duck! Oh no! I didn't realize that it was gonna be absolutely literal in what he said, that he was gonna eat breakfast with his pals. Oh, okay. I get it. Oh, look!
Okay.
One more friend to Feinen. Please! Sunk. That. Still thought that Sally, what? What? More game left!
Alright.
At the slunky sounds of a sunky? Is he a sunken?
I swear I remember in it. Oh, there it is.
I can't believe it.
Let it play for a brief second. That was a detour and a half just to find that. You heard the words. That's the one hint of the idea. Anyway, God, that was a detour. Try and find that the silly.tiff. Yeah. Very silly. But anyway, I've gone way off the topic and tangent. Well, way off topic and went on a larger tangent. But yeah, I want to talk about something dumb in the future. That's a hint. But anyway, back to Brain Week. It was good for what it lasted. And yeah, not a lot else to say. So yeah, I feel like Ethan will inevitably kill off something else again. First Unis Honest, then Brain Leak. Who's going to be the next unfortunate child of Ethan's to basically die? 1 year for Unis Honest, over a year and a bit for Brain Leak. By that logic, the next thing, whatever it is, will last 2 years and then die. Or almost 2 years. Can't say for certain. But it seems like no child of Ethan Nestor so far has lived more than a year, and if you want to count drunk men's choir as a pseudo one, then that one really died quick. That one was like one day, like one day of things. So it really died quick. But yeah, I guess we'll see in time what's next. But anyway, I think that'll do it for this podcast. So yeah, until the next one, peace.